If you have a 401k or a traditional IRA, the IRS eventually wants its share. That's what a required minimum distribution, or RMD, is for. Miss it, and the penalty is steep. Miss your RMD deadline, and the IRS can charge 25% of what you should have withdrawn. That's $12,500 lost on just a $50,000 shortfall. Today I'm going to clear up 5 myths I hear all the time about RMDs. Myths that can cost you real money or make you overpay in taxes you didn't owe. We'll cover the real starting age, the real penalty, and the 2 legal ways to fix a mistake if you slip up. Stick with me to the end because I'll walk through an actual RMD calculation so you can check your own number. Myth number 1, Roth accounts always force you to take withdrawals. A lot of people believe this because every other retirement account they own, a 401k, a traditional IRA, comes with an RMD rule, so they assume Roths must work the same way. Here's the reality. Roth IRAs are not subject to RMDs during the original owner's lifetime, according to the IRS. And since 2024, thanks to Secure 2.0, that same relief now covers Roth 401k, Roth 403b, and governmental Roth 457b accounts. What to do instead? If you have money in a Roth 401k, you no longer need to withdraw it just to satisfy an RMD. Leave it invested and let it keep growing tax-free unless you actually need the cash. Just remember, beneficiaries who inherit a Roth IRA can still face RMD rules. Myth number 2, the RMD penalty is 50% of what you missed. This used to be true, and a lot of retirement articles still quote that old number. But Secure 2.0 changed it. Today, if you don't take your full RMD, the IRS charges an excise tax of 25% on the amount not withdrawn, half of what it used to be, and it gets better. That 25% penalty drops to just 10% if you fix the shortfall and file a corrected return within 2 years. Here's what that looks like in dollars. If your RMD was $100,000 but you only withdrew $50,000, you'd owe a quarter of that $50,000 shortfall, $2,500, not $25,000 under the old rule. What to do instead? If you catch a mistake, fix it fast. The faster you correct it, the smaller the penalty. Myth number 3, everybody's RMD age is 73. It isn't. Under Secure 2.0, your starting age depends on your birth year. If you were born between 1951 and 1959, your RMD age is 73. If you were born in 1960 or later, it's 75. This rule has been shifting for a few years. The RMD age moved from 72 to 73 for people who turn 72 after December 31st, 2022, and it stays at 73 until it steps up again to 75 for anyone turning 73 after December 31, 2032. What to do instead? Don't assume. Look up your exact birth year against the current schedule, or ask your account custodian directly. Getting this wrong in either direction means either an unnecessary early withdrawal or a missed deadline, and that 25% penalty we just covered. Myth number 4, waiting until the April deadline for your first RMD is always the smart move. You are allowed to take your first RMD for the year you turn 73 as late as April 1st of the following year. But delaying isn't automatically a win. Here's the IRS's own example. Someone who turns 73 in August 2024 must take their 2024 RMD by April 1st, 2025, and then their 2025 RMD by December 31st, 2025. That means 2 taxable withdrawals can land in the same calendar year if you delay the first one. Doubling up income in 1 year can push you into a higher tax bracket. What to do instead? Talk with a licensed tax advisor before you decide to delay that first RMD, so you know exactly how it affects your tax bill that year. Myth number 5, you have to spend your RMD once you take it out. You don't. The rule only says you must withdraw the money and pay income tax on it. What you do with it after that is up to you. You can reinvest it in a regular brokerage account, save it, or give it away. And if giving is part of your plan, There's a better option than withdrawing and donating afterward. For 2026, individuals age 70 and a half or older can send up to $111,000 per year directly from an IRA to a qualified charity. This is called a qualified charitable distribution, or QCD. A QCD counts toward your RMD and is excluded from your taxable income entirely. What to do instead? If you're charitably inclined, ask your IRA custodian about setting up a QCD before year end. Now let's look at how an RMD is actually calculated so none of this feels like a mystery. Your RMD is your account balance as of December 31st of the prior year, divided by a life expectancy factor from the IRS's Uniform Lifetime Table. Here's a real example. A $200,000 IRA with a spouse 5 years younger as the sole beneficiary, turning 74 in 2026, has a distribution period of 25.5 years, making the 2026 RMD $7,843. Note that a spouse 10 or more years younger than you unlocks an even more favorable table. And if you're still working, some 401k type plans let you delay RMDs until the year you actually retire, unless you own 5% or more of the company. Check your December statement, find your factor, and do the division yourself. So what happens if you already missed one? First, don't panic. To report a missed or short RMD, you file IRS Form 5329 and request the penalty be reduced or waived. The IRS says it may waive the tax entirely if the shortfall was due to reasonable error and you're taking steps to fix it. Remember, correcting the shortfall and filing that corrected return within 2 years brings the penalty down from 25% to just 10%. The key is speed and paperwork. Don't let a missed RMD sit for years hoping nobody notices. Talk to a licensed tax advisor about filing Form 5329 correctly, because the reasonable error waiver depends on the details of your specific situation. Let's recap the truth behind these 5 myths. Roth IRAs don't require RMDs for the original owner. The penalty is 25%, not 50%, and drops to 10% if you correct it fast. Your RMD age depends on your birth year, 73 or 75. Delaying your first RMD can create 2 taxable withdrawals in 1 year, and you never have to spend the money you withdraw. You can reinvest it or use a QCD instead. Your next step, find your exact RMD age and this year's deadline, then mark it on your calendar today. To make that easy, download my free retirement deadline checklist. The link is in the description. If this helped clear things up, consider subscribing for more plain English retirement guidance.